Germany almost deports me and my household back to our father's land. I mean, back to Nigeria. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you are just seeing me for the first time, if you are just seeing this beautiful face and big nose for the first time, welcome. I'm Blessing by name. You guys, let me give you a gist of how Germany almost deports me and my family back to Nigeria. It's been 4 years since I left Germany. Yeah, now I'm in Italy. So it's been 4 years since I left Germany. So, hmm, you guys, Germany is not for the weak. Germany is not for the weak. Oh, if you're not strong, maganga, Germany not be for you. So, anyways, I entered Germany 2018. Yeah, I entered Germany around June. Yeah, around June. Yes, because it was during summer. I entered Germany in June 2018 before having my first son. I was heavily pregnant when I went to Germany. So, by the way, I gave birth to my two kids in Germany. So after passing the first trial, like after the first camp, the second camp, like after all the old transfer, well, they take us to commission. If you don't know what is commission is basically where they will ask you, why are you in our country? They'll just ask you questions of why did you leave your country and why did you leave Italy? Why are you here? So tell us reasons for us to give you permit of stay. So that's basically commission. If you don't know what is commission, so that's basically commission here in Europe side of it. So after going to the commission, they asked me and my husband. Then I was heavily pregnant. So they asked me and my husband, okay, why are we? Why are you guys here? And I said, we are not married. 2018, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend who ended up pregnant. So as at 2020, as 2018. So as we get there, and people advise us, see, the best thing for you people to just claim that you are married, bear your husband's name. Okay. Everybody is waiting, looking for that opportunity to get that document. You get it. So, and we went to commission. When we get to commission, they ask us, are you guys married? We say yes, we are married. Mind you, they ask questions separately. They don't ask us questions together at the same time. No, him first, then me, or me first, then him. So that was on that fateful day. He went in first before me. So they ask us, "Are you guys married?" We have already concluded in the room before going for the appointment that okay, if they ask, "Are you married?" We should just tell them yes. So they asked us, "Are you guys married?" We said, I told them yes, and yeah, him as well tell them yes because I was already bearing his name in my paper. So after the commission, we waited for the result. The result happens to come out negative, which is not surprising, right? So negative, we accepted the negative and we were asked to appeal it after some certain days. I think it's a week or 2 weeks. So we went ahead to get a lawyer and the lawyer appealed it for us. So we were just living in Germany like that. So their 6 months paper. So they issued the 6 months paper for us. Like we're basically living our life, planning we were already planning our life in Germany. At this point, I'm still heavily pregnant with my first son. So I was still heavily pregnant with my first son. They were just doing transfer because Germany and transfer 5 and 6. So they were just doing transferring. At this point, Then different letters was coming. Different letters was coming. So till the point I had my child. So after having my child, my first child, so that was 2018. After having him, they brought another letter. A letter was sent to my son. Ah, Wiki when I born was there for a year. So they sent the letter. Guess what was in that letter? The letter says commission date for a child. Hi. The thing funny me, commission date for a child. Oh, so and we ask questions around, and everybody just say, okay, this is how Germany run their government. Oh. And like me and my husband were confused. When I mean confused, we were confused of what to even tell them. Just imagine, say, it's just like they ask you questions. So, what thing bring this pikin come life? I don't know if you understand. It's just like they were basically asking us questions. What thing bring this pikin come life? Because that's the essence of commission. Essence of commission here in Europe is to ask you questions of why are you here in our country? Why did you leave your hometown? Why did you leave your country? Why can't you go back to your country? That is essence of commission. So these people now asking me now asking me to bring my child for a commission for questioning and answer. For people when never even reach how many months, this child was barely some months, and you are telling me to come and present the child. So we went there. As we went there, they were asking why. Like I was even confused. Like they were asking the questions like, how do I answer for a child? Anyways, when we got there, me and my husband, we just told them we have nothing to say. Period. We have nothing to say. And they was like, okay, if you say you don't have anything to say, that means we are going to use your story for your child. Make it make sense. They say yes, they were going and we are just like, okay, fine, use it. If that is the solution, if that's what's going to make this whole thing, yeah, oh yeah, Mokuna use it. So we just tell them use the story. Guess what? After some weeks, I mean months, they brought negative. They sent us letter, and the content of the letter was negative for my son, marvelous. For a child that is barely 1 year. Guess what? We still have to appeal it again with money. So we went ahead to appeal for marvelous again. At this point, the 6 months paper permit of stay, like paper they give us, my husband couldn't use it to work. It's not a working permit. Neither was I given working permit as well. I just gave birth. I'm a mom. You get, so they didn't give my husband working permit. Neither did they give me working permit. And yes, they were paying us. Yes, they were paying. How much? Generally, said the income that was even coming to our house wasn't up to 1,000 euro. Yes, it wasn't up to 1,000 euro from government to us, the money they were actually paying us. But my husband wanted to work so badly, but they didn't grant us working permit. So we're just basically living. And this lifestyle, like well, let's call it lifestyle, Germany almost broke my home and almost turned me into a single mother. I will give you gist. I'll give you that gist for another. That's a story for another day. So that's story for another video. So if you'll be interested in knowing that, hit the subscribe button because this Germany story is long, way for gram. Not be just one video. I can't round up everything in one video. So the money was not even enough for us, but we're just trying to use our brain to manage it and trying to manage it in our house so that conflicts won't occur. You get? So after then, when my son was 1 year, I took in again for my second child, Marvis. So at this point, no working permit. My husband was just basically doing farm work for people at this point. So they transferred us again to another camp where they call, what is it they call, living house for Germany. This time I don't have to share space with anybody. You have a flat to yourself. Well, I call it a flat or a self-contained because it was a room, a parlor. I mean just two room and we turned one to parlor and room. So they transferred us to this place. Before then, before this transfer, on my husband's birthday, 2019, I feel like crying though, because that day was a mixed feeling, good news and bad news at the same time. So on my husband's birthday, 2019, August 8th, a day where I will never forget in my life, we received a letter. After receiving this letter, we opened it and checked the content of the letter. The content of the letter is that they will no longer pay my husband the monthly salary they do normally give him. And that wasn't even the shocking part, and that wasn't even the problem or the painful part. Do you guys know the painful part and the problem as at that year was the fact that my husband don't have access to this same 6 months paper anymore that they usually give immigrants. He doesn't have access to it anymore. Germany, they do one thing. If your case is now severe and is beyond appeal and all that, beyond them, what they will do is that there is this 6 months paper, which is permit of stay that you normally renew every month or every 6 months or every time the thing expire, depending on the time on the expiring date they put on that paper. They would just stroke it with red. And when they stroke this paper with red, it means danger. It means if you aren't careful, deportation is looming. It means you might just be in your house one day and you will hear enough pop 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 who come na police just for deportation. That stroke means it means a lot. And they summoned my husband into the immigration office and he went. When he went there, they just give us your Ausweis. They call it Ausweis in Germany. Here in Italy it's called Sojourner. So they say, give us your Ausweis. This Ausweis is just a paper which authorizes you that maybe, for example, now if police stop you, say, documents, give me a document. You could just give it to police. They will control you. Just this Ausweis just contain your data. Yes, your personal data, your age, where are you from, and all that. So they just ask him, give me your advice in the immigration office. And he gave them. When he gave them, do you know what they did to that advice? They just struck it with red on my birthday. God. And my husband returned home. When he told me what happened and he showed it to me, that day I cried. I said, God, where do I start from? Not where, like, where do we start from? So we keep on moving. At first, we were contemplating, should we go back to Italy? And my husband said, going to Italy? No, Italy no good. It's not an option. And people advise us, Mona never see hurry make decision. Mona wait first. Okay, we strong man, so okay, God dey by our side. Of course, we waited and I got pregnant for the second child. When I got pregnant for my second child, hoping that things would change, maybe after second pregnancy, things would change. Nothing changed. When I mean nothing, nothing changed. I don't know how long this video is now, but I know it's actually long now, but I don't want it to be too long. So things, nothing changed. We continue to go different offices. People were advising me to go different offices. And this time, and my second child was just months. He never completed 1 year, months. And my first one was 1 year plus as well. 1 year, I'll be 2 years, yes. Because Marvelous used almost 2 years senior Marvelous. So 2 years. Marvelous was 2 years at her then, and my second child was just months. Things, nothing was even turning right anymore. So they sent us paper again for second court, for court this thing, second commission. What we they call second commission. This time it's basically you are going to face the courts, court decide and all that. Court will ask you, the judge will ask you some questions why you give response. So your response determine your answer. Hmm. So we went to court. We went to the court. We were even happy that okay, God, do I beg, make this thing turn positive. Like basically, this is the last chance we have. We have seen God, I beg. And we went. They asked us questions, question and answer. We answered them. They tried to twist our brain, but we still stand our faith. So we answer, we answered them. That day we were even happy that okay, with our response and with the way the judge was doing, we thought that it was going to be a positive response. We are happy that to the point that as we were going home, we branched this thing, we branched fast food to just enjoy as a family and all that. Jokes on us. After some months, guess what? We receive another letter. Receive another letter. Guess the content of that letter. It was negative again. Negative again. Ha! Ha! Where do we start from? See, I don't know if you can see it from my eyes. I'm already tearing up because Jamie took card from my eye. Pluck them out. Ha! Where do we start from again? Like we are basically settling our life, planning our lives already. Hmm. Now, so as I bring that second one come, the second negative, we couldn't sleep any longer. Me, I was playing safe part, but my husband wasn't safe. I was safe to an extent, you get, but my husband wasn't safe. So how can I be safe when my man is not safe? My husband need to sleep for night. He doesn't sleep every night like this. Now fear. He, see, if for example say we come here say police dey blow siren dey come, guy ma don open eye check we wan know wetin dey go on, we wan know why police come surroundings, because they will just come and pick you gbam, it's deportation. So people were now advising me we should go to different office. So I was working from one human right to another, one office is from to another, from one office to another, from one lawyer to another. So we went to our lawyer. We took the paper to our lawyer, the one we have already hired at our very first year in Germany. So by the I spent 3 years plus in Germany. So we went to our lawyer. We presented the paper. Do you know what our lawyer told us? Eh, I'm sorry, we can't appeal this anymore. Even if you take this letter to other lawyers, they can't appeal it. I'm sorry, we can't appeal it. This is after spending thousands of euro. I'm sorry, we can't appeal it. Anyway, guys, you guys, this video is actually getting too long for me. So let me not bore you with this long video. I will do a part two of this video and how we finally make the decision to return back to Italy. If you are interested, if you'll be interested in knowing the full story or hearing my full story of how I jackpot to Italy, stay tuned. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that each time I post, you will be notified of my new video. So guys, bye for now. See you on my next video. So I'll just make it a series. So bye. Ciao ciao.